Chapter 13 is law, property, real and personal. So, learning objectives in this chapter are real property, interest in real property, voluntary and involuntary transfer of real property, restrictions on land use, personal property, global dimensions of property, law. So, property is a bundle of rights in relation to others to possess, to use, or destroy, or dispose. Pertains to tangible or intangible objects. And then the types of property are real property and personal property. And then property as a bundle of rights is the right to use as a security, right to lease or lend, right to use, right to sell, right to possess, right to destroy, and right to donate. So real property is land and everything permanently attached to it, and then items that, if removed, would cause damage to the property are considered attached. And then fixture is items that is a piece of personal property which is later attached permanently to the realty and treated as part of it. And then life estate is right to own and possess the land until one dies. Usage is restricted than that of a fee simple absolute. And then future interest is present right to possess and own land in the future. And then exists in a conjunction of a life estate and conditional estate. And then the lease and hold and easement. Leasehold is right to possess property for an agreed upon period of time stated in the lease. And a lease is a contract that transfers possessory interest in the property from the leaser to the leasee. And a leaser is the owner of the property, and then the leasee is the person that holds the lease. And then license and co-ownership, which is licensed temporary and revocable right to be on someone else's property. Co-ownership, ownership of the land by multiple persons or business organizations. All tenants have an equal right to occupy all of the property. And then the types of deeds, the general warranty deed is grantor owns the land and has the right to convey it, and the land has no encumbrance other than the stated in the deed. And then the quick claim deed transfers the interests that a grantor owns in the property to the grantee. And zoning is a government restrictive place on the use of a private property to ensure that the orderly growth and development of the community, protect the health, safety, and welfare of citizens. Zoning is allowed under the police power, and police power is the regulations power and down to the state to protect the health, safety, and welfare of the public. Zoning ordinance is unreasonable if it is not carried out by a legitimate government purpose. There is no reasonable relationship between what needs to be obtained and what means used for. It totally destroys the economic value of a property holder's land. And then tangible property is property that is material and movable. And intangible property is property that does not have a physical form and is not an evidence in writing.